Hi, my name is Sarah from Mind Helpa. On today's podcast, I will be talking about strategies to heal from heartbreak. Almost everyone experiences heartbreak at some point in their lives, but the fact that it's a normal part of life doesn't make it hurt any less. In fact, studies show that your brain processes heartbreak the same way it does physical pain. When you're struggling with a broken heart, you might feel like nothing will ever get better. But the good news is that it will become easier with time. Here are a few ways to take care of yourself and feel better while your heart is healing. Do your best to accept what's happened. Heartbreak is incredibly painful, but it's important to acknowledge it. Instead of trying to numb your pain, ignore your feelings, or deny what happened, be honest with yourself. You've just gone through an extremely tough experience. It will be really difficult at first, but ultimately you'll heal faster if you admit that something bad has happened and allow yourself to feel awful about it. Try not to cling to unrealistic ideas about what could happen, such as getting back together with your ex after a bad breakup. False hope may help you feel better temporarily, but it will ultimately lead to more disappointment and heartbreak. If you need to, take a couple of days off from school or work. While distracting yourself and keeping busy can be helpful, it's also important to give yourself a little space and time to rest and feel your grief. 2. Give yourself permission to feel sad. It's also okay to feel angry, confused, or numb. It's normal to feel all kinds of difficult emotions after a heartbreak. You've suffered a huge loss, and grieving is part of the healing process. Instead of trying to avoid those feelings, allow yourself to feel them. Tell yourself that you need time to mourn. Think of your emotions as waves in a troubled ocean. Instead of trying to fight against them or go around them, just let yourself ride the waves. It may not feel like it now, but they will eventually get calmer. Don't try to numb yourself to the pain or swear off relationships forever. Instead, acknowledge that what you're feeling is temporary and things will get better. 3rd, cry it out if you need to. Crying is a good and healthy way to express your feelings. If you feel like crying, let it out. Find a place where you can be alone or with a good friend and let the tears flow. It'll be over more quickly than you think, and you'll feel a little better after getting those emotions out. If you don't want to cry in front of other people or in public, try taking a few slow, deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth to help you calm down. Go someplace where you can have some privacy, like a bathroom, and let it out. 4. Challenge negative talks. Dwelling on blame or negative self-talk can make heartbreak worse. It's normal to have some dark thoughts when you've just gone through a terrible experience. But letting those thoughts take over your mind will make it harder to heal and move on. Next time you find yourself thinking something negative, notice the thought and gently challenge it with a more positive or realistic one. For example, you may find yourself thinking things like, "This is all my fault," or "I'll never find love again." Respond to those thoughts with things like, "There were a lot of reasons it didn't work out. My ex and I both played a part in it." Or, "I've been in relationships before, and there's no reason it won't happen again. I learned things from this one that will help me make the next one even better." It's easier to deal with negative thoughts if you notice them when they happen. Practice mindful meditation to help you become more aware of your thoughts and the feelings they trigger. 5. Remind yourself of the reasons things didn't work out. If your heartbreak is because of a breakup, think about what went wrong. Remember, there is always a reason. Recognizing what was bad about your relationship will help put things in perspective. It will also help you learn and grow so you can build better relationships in the future. Also think about what you liked in the relationship and what things you would want to look for in a future partner. For instance, if you find yourself pining for your ex, think about how often you argued, or the fact that they weren't always good at being there for you when you needed them. Remembering the bad things doesn't mean you have to ignore the good parts. In fact, accepting how much you love the person is an important part of helping yourself heal. Just try to keep your perspective balanced and realistic. For example, remind yourself how annoying it was that they never washed the dishes, but also remember how much you enjoyed their sense of humor. Finally, practice positive self-talk. Think about your strengths and feel proud of them. Acknowledging that something bad happened to you and realizing that you are strong enough to deal with it is a key part of getting over your heartbreak. Be kind and gentle with yourself and talk to yourself the same way you would to a good friend going through something tough. Make a list of your strengths. Remind yourself of your accomplishments and the good qualities you have. The act of writing them out can remind you of them, and you can also read the list whenever you feel down and need a boost. Say things to yourself like, "Hey, you're dealing with something incredibly tough right now, but I believe in you. You can get through this." Or, "You deserve to be happy and you're worthy of love." Thanks for watching. I am Sarah from Mind Helper.